Hi, I'm Tony Paparo, and this is my son TJ. As you know, I lost him to suicide after a long battle with depression. Devastated by his death, I was driven to understand depression at a deeper level. So I began looking into the causes and treatment options available for people suffering from depression. Here's what I learned about potential causes. Several risk factors are constantly cited as potential determinants for the development of depression, including genetics, biology, environmental factors, personal problems, medication, and nutrition. After looking into each of these in greater detail, I knew I had to continue my search. Today, I would like to highlight what I learned about the role of genetics. So first, I looked at my family's history with depression. Both my grandmothers suffered from depression, but neither of my parents did. I suffered from depression, but none of my 7 siblings did. My son suffered from depression, but my daughter did not. That gave me pause, so I had to continue looking and found some interesting reading about a new science called epigenetics, which has only been around for several decades. Now, I am not an epigeneticist, but my understanding is that epigenetics is the study of the protein shell that houses the nucleus. Up until recently, the nucleus was considered the brain of the cell. So in order to determine if that was true, scientists removed the nucleus from a cell to see if the cell would die, thinking that if the cell dies, we would know that the nucleus was the brain. Now, if they removed the brain from our bodies, we would die. So it was logical to think that if the cell died with the nucleus removed, it was therefore the brain of the cell. But that didn't happen. In fact, all of the functions that were performed prior to the nucleus being removed were still functioning after the nucleus was removed, except for reproduction. The cell just couldn't reproduce itself. That meant that the true brain of the cell is the protein shell. Secondly, they found that less than 2% of all diseases are linked to a single gene. It is a more complex interaction between a number of genes and the role of the environment, with the environment playing a more prominent role in cell health. If you would like more information about epigenetics, I refer you to Dr. Bruce Lipton, formerly of the University of Wisconsin, who is a cell biologist and author of the book, The Biology of Belief. Thus, it would seem that nurture is much more important than nature, with nutrition, stress, and emotions playing a major role in determining cell health and thus the potential for the development of depression. Tomorrow, I will discuss why biology was also not the culprit I was looking for. Now, biology is not the same as genetics, and you'll find out more about that tomorrow. Until then, have a spectacular day, and thank you for listening.